So, this is going to be Poisonous Concoction Peaconk. Let's call it Peaconk for my specific version of a Poison Seismic trap saboteur. Link to the main guide with including this POB is in the description. That's where you get that because the POB, I just want to keep it in one place. What we're going to do now is going to be a somewhat educational run on how to level, like the early acts, because everything after that doesn't really matter since you're just running. We're going to be done very, very early on with swapping around skills. And that's the only part I want to show. You can skip ahead at the chapters, and at the beginning of each act there should be a quick introduction to the act. What are we trying to accomplish? But same thing is also in the POB, so you can also just use the POB and not watch the video. And yeah, after the introduction of each act, there you can, if you care, see how it's basically done, or like an example run. Overall, how are we going to level this? This is going to be the end tree, or in the POB you have like you need to go for Peaconk leveling, and then you have a bunch of different trees. So essentially we start typical splitting steel stuff for Blood Siphon, then we go down here. We pick up this Claw Mastery, even though we're not using claws, I get it, but the Mastery just works with Peaconk as well, and that's like incredibly good. Some life, accuracy probably really helps, lets us use precision, and then it's pretty standard, exactly the same as Helix leveling was, essentially, like poison stuff here and there. You can just look through it. We go up here. This is, by the way, just for skitterbots. That's why we take the trap stuff a bit earlier. And then we already preparing for trap swap. Yeah, so you see the difference here. There's like a bunch of trap stuff taken and something like that. And the difference, so people don't need that many regrets. Difference to trap swap, there it says you need 12 refund points. You get 12 refund points easily from the campaign. So essentially no regrets needed if you want to swap. Same for skills. There is now a Peaconk leveling thing. Make sure you always select the correct thing. So what we'll do is we use Splitting Steel, with Frostblink and Flame Dash stuff. And at level 12, after killing the pirate, we will go for Poisonous Concoction. And essentially go from a free link with like Onslaught Volley to, I think at this point, we're gonna do LMP and Unbound Ailments around there whenever we get that, essentially. And when we get a 4-link, you can also keep Onslaught instead of Unbound Ailments, but that deals a lot of damage, so you probably have enough movement speed by that. And that's pretty much it. A Plague Bearer, obviously we add Plague Bearer Act 3, some more auras, and then we are through and can already go into the trap swap, essentially. Cool. Let's do this. Very first step is to create a duelist. This is a throwaway character. We call this Muling, and the major idea here is to get a few things. We want to do our vendor checks already. Right, we're going to do that in town, and what we really want is we want to get Splitting Steel from a vendor reward, and we want to get our chance to bleed essentially over to our correct character. That's essentially all this guy is for, so we can prepare him. Also make sure you go for your filter. I use tytykiller as filters. Hopefully I remember to link them, and for that I think the caster filter is just perfectly fine, or at least good enough. So yeah. Gonna try and explain some layout stuff as well, but maybe not as crazy as in the Helix guide. If you care way more about layouts and very, very detailed routing explanation, then probably watch the Helix leveling guide, even though Helix is kind of busted now. So yeah, you just walk around along this coastline here. This chest is always here. You get your second gem. You don't need to kill anything here except for the dude at the very end. This feels long, doesn't it? Is it always this long? Perfect, there's Hillock. Make sure you walk counterclockwise around the dude. Always like stutter stepping, so it's very unlikely that he actually hits you. Since as is basically League start, I would pick up pretty much everything, even if you only get like another wisdom scroll out of it, but that's like kind of important. So we already have a corroded blade, which is really cool. We have a green red, which is also really cool. Okay, this is going way better than it should, but fair enough. Let's vendor. Keep this thing around, and fine. So we made some more wisdom stuff. We go to Targlight Dude. So that's splitting steel. So what do we need to get? These two things are mandatory. This thing is cool as offhand, you know, you can put it into your offhand. And other than that, corroded blade, really cool to get. That's the two-hander we're gonna use for splitting steel. And any green red, we also found it already. It's really good. And the last thing is green. So green red and green, really important. We also need a shield at some point. Can already have a look here. Nothing there. I see another corroded blade, but I already have the links. Should be fine. So you can also type movement speed. Always check for movement speed. Didn't find any. Perfect. So you don't need this. So we basically throw everything into this thing here. I like to even bring over the flasks. Log out, and that's Muling. Done. For our actual character, we can create the dude. This is the one we're actually gonna play. Obviously, first get to town, and then that's the main objective. Let's talk about Act 1 here. So, what's the plan? We're gonna use green red with splitting steel, onslaught, chance to bleed, until we hit Mervale. Not Mervale, the pirate. Until the pirate. That's when we go for Poisonous Concoction. Right, so that's what we need there. We use a rusted blade for that, so two-handed sword. Ideally, we find a single upgrade to a sword midway through around Brutus. That would be cool. We would like to have an iron ring around Brutus, which would be nice. If we can find one, once we swapped to throwing our flasks around, we need a shield until then. That's really important. Some kind of shield would be very nice. And we would like to have some cold resistance for Mervale. That's essentially the entire idea. And that's what we're going to do now. We're going to remember to check our vendors for movement, speed, and links. We want to have triple green, right, for throwing our flasks. So let's see how that goes. So, same thing again. Walk around the coast, no need to kill anything. Make sure you find the chest. And then you're good to go. You're gonna find the big dude. And we're gonna walk counterclockwise around him. There we go. Here it's a bit harder. I think if you perfectly time it, you can do like 2 hits. I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Ooh. Yeah, not really. Let's go single hit. He's dead. Pick everything up. Again, we found more of these cool items here. I really like them for the offhand. I found another corroded blade. Perfect. That's very good. Okay, step by step here. We can already equip some random things we just found. We will not need chance to person actually, but I'm gonna level it anyway for later for poison seismic trap in case we need it there. Yeah. So boots, always identify them. We did not find movement speed, but it's random boots. That's fine. Probably just gonna sell that. Need to identify this because this is our links. Typically I would not like to equip a chest piece, but we need the links anyway, just not as early actually, so this is fine. Splitting steel, chance to bleed, life flask we can sell later, mana flask we can equip, so we can put this into the sell area here. Corroded blade we already had one, So we can just pick up this, this, and then we are essentially almost good to go. Let's make sure you don't sell wrong things you don't want to sell. Perfect. Again, vendor checking. If you don't have yet, get a corroded blade, get your links. Here we don't need anything. By the way, you can also just level with Cobra Lash if you really wanted to. But other than that, we don't need anything. Purchase. Here would be another green, green, red we are looking for. We already have. What you're also looking for is triple green. We do not find it. That's okay. And we're gonna look for movement speed. Nothing. Cool. And we're just gonna leave.
The furnace down at the slaughterhouse. Yes, that's what this place smells.
So it's like a 2-button skill. You always have to, like, you know, press Call of Steel first. So you get these steel shards here, and you can then shoot with them. And it gets quite some range, by the way, which is interesting. It's not an actual melee skill in that sense. You don't need to kill anything here. I feel like I'm running into the wrong direction, but let's see. Is this the right way? Might be. Oh, this might be a dead end. No, it's not. Perfect. Layout feels very weird to me. That's fine. You're just gonna go to the waypoint. Be a bit careful to not get, like, surrounded somehow. I have a hunch it should be towards the right. Okay, this guy's super annoying. Perfect. Oh, we pulled a zone boss, which is not ideal because they are really, it's quite annoying. Here we have it. We don't have a movement skill yet, but we can get rid of the zone boss in a second. I'll show you how. So if that happens, if there's like way too many monsters that you somehow pull towards this waypoint here, I'm gonna show you a trick on how to get rid of them. So, mud flasks. What do we do here? We collect these little things here, these exclamation mark things. They're always either in a line or in a triangle. So the first one was here, so I'm expecting a bit left maybe. Here's the next one. So we have 2 corners of our triangle already there, so we know now where the third one probably is. No need to kill too much here. Level like 3.5 is enough. I like to kill blue packs because they're typically efficient in terms of XP. Oh god, maybe not as early on. You can already see the last quest item. So it essentially was a triangle configuration. What level are we? 3? Oh, we can use a bit more. And doop. It's probably the most dangerous zone in the entire game. It's just, I think that's just how it is. Okay, perfect. So, typically up-ish is where the exit is. It's not at the water, obviously, because that's like in a stone thing here. Put another zone boss. What level are we? We're already level 4, that's perfect. Ooh! Nice. Good job, Roas. Let's be a bit more careful, I guess. It's not a blue pack, but I'm already have more XP than I need. Also, maybe top left is wrong? Is it actually wrong? Is it possible? No, it's not. Okay. Wait, that's typically more top-ish. So we go in here. We remember in the last thing, last waypoint, there was this evil zone boss, right? So, first of all, let's put our skill points in. If you control left click this menu opens and you just make a new zone. So the zone resets, right? And now the weird zone boss is gone, like this crazy fire lady. You don't want to deal with there. Also, don't run back into the mud flasks. Just go to the tidal islands, maybe. That's really helpful. There we gonna kill the frosty dude. I mean, typically, I can also exchange some of the stuff here, right? Typically you go counterclockwise with this. like around us, this island itself is like a circle. Go counterclockwise. Don't really need to kill much stuff here anyway. And that's where he is. Whoop. I find if you get really close to him, then he stops using this ice thing, and you can just, you know, do the counterclockwise rotation thing as well. And he doesn't freeze you. Like, he starts hitting you, which is really cool. Again, pick up stuff. You can log out here. And we are back to town. So, first of all, let's sell stuff. It's not really worth, in my opinion, to identify very early things. Quicksilver flask, obviously. We want Onslaught and we want Volley as well, right? So, Onslaught right now, for sure. And then you can already say, okay, let's buy Volley support. And we can level it in our offhand somewhere. Oops, did I buy it now? No. We can do this and just level it. Onslaught we're gonna use. From now on we do want a free link, and the only one we have appropriate right now is in our chest, so we're just gonna equip a chest piece. It's not the worst. Free same flask give you a better one. That's why I kept them. Can sell everything else, so we have 2 better flasks. He doesn't have anything. Let's talk to this guy. You can look through this. Nothing you actually need, so maybe take a blue gem so you can sell it later. We do want Frostblink in my opinion. Actually, I don't have a blue socket, so I might go for Dash instead actually. Let's go for Frostblink and find a blue socket. It can't be that hard to do so. Cannot exchange the boots really. I mean, there's some helmet. We're gonna find a blue socket soon. Okay, other than that, triple green. Look for triple green. Oh, there's one. Perfect, fixed. So, triple green. Didn't find any. Nope. Look for movement speed. Nope. Perfect. So, just gonna move on. And we essentially have our links. We are done until we swap skills again, right? We are essentially good until the pirate in terms of like links and stuff. Brutus will give us some more skill gems and our future movement skill as well. It's gonna be really nice of him. Make sure you collect stuff actually. You know, you kill stuff on the way. Why not? There's a ring. So in here we're looking for a bridge, by the way. And as soon as we find the bridge, we're gonna put down a portal at the bridge, right? I'm gonna use that later because that will help us find the crab boss down here later super easily. Oops. Give me that chrome. Perfect. The end here somewhere should be the exit. Here, perfect. Copper sword is not what we're looking for. I think the other one is called an iron sword or something. It's like a two-handed sword. I typically find one in the, what's it called? In the prison around the time. So here, Latch, we want to end this at level 7, roughly. We're already level 6, so we're kind of good. It's totally fine to overlevel. Yeah. If I say we want to end this at a certain level, I mean that's the minimum. You need to be at the end of it. If you're like, if you have more XP and you're higher in level, that's not an issue. It just means it's not in this perfectly-ish XP range, right? And that's not a problem. It actually gets easier, obviously, right? Game gets easier if you have more levels. I really want. I feel like I have a lot of Wisdom Scroll dropping luck right now, don't I? So, whoops, let's not die. Some War Banner we don't need. Already level this. So now we are level 7. Probably get a bit over, that's okay. We're still missing an iron ring right now, and we're missing triple green sockets. Which is a bit of a problem. Kind of want to get rid of this blue pack here. Yeah, efficient in terms of XP, I find. Ooh, whetstone. Always pick up whetstones and these, oh, what's this other thing called? Armor scraps, because you can sell them for wisdoms, which is pretty cool. Okay, let's get out of here. So, let's put some points in. I like going up here first, just to get some more life, not die much. Climb is basically just run through it and don't die to the shields of these goat dudes. Always hit them from afar. Whoopa. Maybe I take the shrine. Ooh, it's a speedy shrine, nice. Kill the blue pack, don't die. Especially not with the speed shrine, that would be so sad. And this is a dead end. Oops. Yeah, they hurt a lot if you don't destroy the shield first, or you like manage to frost blink directly on top of one. It's also really painful. You don't need this waypoint necessarily, but I like taking it. Especially on something like League Start. It's like really cool. I find in case like servers disconnect or something. Zone boss in general, we typically don't kill yellow monsters, and especially not unique monsters unless we have to. Like there's another one, they take forever and seem to not be worth it. Depends a bit on the build, but if you don't need that much currency or are very desperate for it, then I just wouldn't kill them. So we arrive at the prison. Cool thing is, we're now gonna remember that we placed a portal earlier, right? So we're gonna go back to town and into the portal. If you're super full on items, you can go up and sell, you know, do some selling. Just don't log out. So we don't go over the bridge. We just go, okay, it's right there. It's typically down from, in whatever orientation the bridge is. Typically the flooded depth is down from it. Can be up sometimes, mostly down. So in here, we're quite overleveled for this area. So it's not really worth killing too much. I just want to keep my flask. You know, get some flask charges. That's kind of cool. Maybe we find some dense areas we can recharge it easier. Like denser monster packs. So what you're looking for in here is a hugely open area. This looks actually already pretty good. Maybe? Oh, we already found the guy. Okay, that was already the hugely open area. Perfect. Since we don't need to upgrade our weapons this time, right? We are Peacock person, which is really cool actually. It's a bonus of the build, I believe, that you don't need to worry about any weapon upgrades. But you also don't get the free insane power of wands, so yeah, you do you. But that also means I don't really need these essences much, right? These low-level essences, if you don't use them for any upgrades, like for vendor recipes, what's the use of them? So, town. What do we do in town? We sell stuff. We have already found a shield. It's not green, 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 but I'm inclined to just keep it. Just keep a shield around. We're going to put it here for later. Right, so we have it. There's another shield. That's fine. So, did we find movement speed? Yes, 10% movement speed. This is a triple green, but no movement speed. Great. So, let's keep our triple green safe, and we are doing good. So, here. What do we actually want? We don't want Mind, we want LMP, probably, for later. Perfect. Let's actually level this somewhere. Sell everything we don't need right now. And we're good on that. This guy, oh, it doesn't. Later then. So, vendor checking again. I still need triple green. And so far I'm not finding it. These are armor evasion boots as well. It's not helpful. We already have movement speed. If you don't, check for movement speed. Make sure you do that. Still don't have a triple green, which is really annoying. So, since we will do our Brutus dude next, we're gonna look for an iron ring. I have so many scrolls, so it's perfectly fine. Just gonna pick one up. That really helps. And that essentially concludes this here. Still, weapon upgrade in the prison, that would be nice, you know, get a better blade. And finding a triple green would also be quite nice, actually. So yeah. Here, from the waypoint, you walk up to find the trial, the labyrinth trial. Should be up here.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Don't be too afraid of these spikes. You know, if they hit you, just hit a life flask. That's okay. Gonna hit you again. Oh no, hit a life flask. They're not actually dangerous. Which one? This one? And just lose your time, basically. That's why I typically try to avoid them, but at the area earlier, there's no way to avoid them efficiently. So here, I already see the area is not going behind the starting portal thing. This guy's quite dangerous, by the way, so I don't want to mess with him. So the exit must be down here somewhere. I have a feeling. Gonna make a broad sweep, maybe check this direction a bit. Though I don't feel like it should be here. Oh, it is actually. Nice. Upper prison, we are level 8. Which is okay. I feel like 9 to 10 is a bit safer. Feels a bit easier. That's fine. So here, I typically feel like if you... in terms of exit, it's very often like in line with the entrance in upper prison. So I'm trying to get down there, you know, a bit into this direction. It's not here. So I'm getting the feeling it's not where I believe it is. So we check in this area. So the minimap does not reveal anything. So that tells me it's not there, basically. It's here. So in this area, there's really not much to do. You're just running. And we can already put another point in here. Was more relevant in earlier versions of the game, but there's blood on the ground. And you see this? Like this trail. Yeah, just follow the trail. But I don't think... I think in the new version, since a few leaks, you can't even go wrong. At least not much, right? But I like to do, whenever I arrive as this dude, I place down a portal. And in case you die, which is not impossible, right? Then you don't have to walk this long way. You just hit release in town, and you don't have to like walk this long way over and over again. He only has 3 attacks, by the way, which are interesting. So whenever he does this one, don't stand too close, but you can really use the time to like damage him. Don't get hit by the wave. The wave really hurts. And don't get hooked, essentially. Whoop. Even with the iron ring, it's interesting what a difference it makes to not have these physical nodes. That's crazy. Unless I forgot anything else. I don't have the upgraded... I don't have an upgrade sword. I have an iron ring, but difference to Helix is like taking these nodes here. I just don't have them. Didn't think that would make such a difference, but it's fine. You can just kill the dude, right? You can log out here, go back to town, and we're gonna collect rewards and sell stuff and identify stuff. You already have 10% movement speed boots, but we can still have a look. Are they better in any way? Not really. So these are fine. I don't really mind. It's also kind of better. Oops. Alright, so what do we get? Movement spell. Multiple ones actually that are interesting. You can go for Flame Dash right now, but later on you will need to use Smoke Mine anyway, because you're gonna be Peaconk, right? So I guess we're just gonna take it now. And in addition to that, we're gonna come over here. We have Withering Stab. to take, and that's pretty much it basically. So take Flame Dash in between if you really want to. If not, then just go with Smoke Mine. You can also probably just stay with Frost Blink, I assume. That's possible. Again, check your vendors. Check for movement speed. Check for triple green. Any chance for triple green? Really need triple green soon. Interesting. Okay, might need to use the boots we found. We will see. Cool. So, Prisoner's Gate. Yeah, where do we go? There is like a line, like a ledge kind of thing on one of the sides. It doesn't seem to be the right side of the of this map. So let's have a look at this side. Here it is. There's this ledge thing. So that tells me I'm on the correct side. Right? And then from there, it's like a way into the mountain, essentially. There's so much density, so I feel like killing this. And then you're at the right spot, and you're just gonna find the pirate area from here. Gonna keep killing this. Doing kind of good on leveling. Feel like maybe a bit under-leveled. I feel like it's gonna be this direction, possibly. Might also be to the right, actually. Let's see. It's kind of the thing with layouts. They are way less important than people think. If you don't know where stuff is, just run in circles until you find it. And then you're gonna be over-leveled and everything is gonna be quicker later. So it kind of evens out, I find. Not gonna get world records if you don't know layouts, but for general leveling, that's perfectly fine. That was a chrome. Should have picked that up, probably. And so, in here, get the waypoint. Very important. Also, put in your skills somewhere. Withering Step doesn't really help all that much so far, so it doesn't really matter. And Smoke Mine we're also gonna use in a bit then, whenever we swap our skills, which is gonna be in a minute. So yeah, you need to find the pirate here at some point, but he's typically close to the waypoint. And then we're looking for a cave, and then the next zone. Essentially in that order. Typically, the cave is neither very close to the water, not very close, or nor very close to the mountains. Oh, there it is already. So it's somewhere in between. So if you're running through a zone and you're super close to either water or mountain, consider moving a bit away from it. Right? Probably makes it easier to find things. Okay. In the cave, I have no idea how it really works. And it's perfectly normal that you clear a lot in here, just because you're running into dead ends constantly, all the time. You're already level 11, that's cool. We would like to end Merville with like maybe 13. I think 12 to 13 is cool. Minimum 12 for sure. But we also want to be level 12 actually before Merville to equip the different spell, right? Peacock has a requirement of 12, I believe. So actually, I'm 11 right now. I'm gonna get it very soon. So I'm inclined to kill more stuff on our way now. Just so we have an easier time swapping in town. So better mana flask, that's really helpful as well. It's also level 12, nice. Let's look down here. There we go. Basically pick up this, and then you try to get out of there. I think there's some way to avoid this freeze, I just don't know how. So, after that, you basically continue away from the waypoint, and typically in an... It depends so much what direction the layout is, but here it's gonna be top right. Like at the very end of the mountain. Sometimes the zone goes from top to bottom as well, then it's still at the end of the mountain. We go in here, take the waypoint, we go back to the ship graveyard. And we're gonna find Fargraves. Here he is, and we're gonna kill him. We're absolutely not hitting level 12 for this, so we're gonna swap a bit later. That's fine. Probably before Merville or something. Boop. I want to pick this up. Perfect. No idea if Widow does anything for bleed, actually. So currently a bleed skill, essentially, right? You have a chance to bleed on our splitting steel. Cool. So I'm so almost level 12. I'm gonna kill something. Like, look at this. Monster. There. Ah, Roar's perfect. God damn it. Come back. Okay, here's a pack of monsters. Okay, we're level 12. Back to town. Makes it a bit easier, so I don't have to like swap in the middle of something, right? So that's really cool. I mean, so far that's like splitting steel leveling up to this point. I think it's really cool. I really like it. I know you need to mule, but it's such an easy level experience, right? It's so simple. So what do you want to do? This is also yeah, hand in stuff first. You can have a look here if you need anything for later, depending on what you want to play. I don't, so I take blue skill. Why not? Now this guy should have a reward for us. It was taken earlier. Okay, that's also fine. So let's sell stuff. Is there anything yellow? Yeah, I want some more of these alterations. So I'm gonna identify some yellow stuff. Ah, I got 6 sockets. 6. 6 implicit. Should this not give me... Oh, it's only 5. Okay, cool. If it has 6, it gives you an augment instead. I learned it from a comment actually some time ago, which was really cool. Perfect. Vendor checking. You still need potentially movement speed. Somebody needs movement speed. Go for movement speed. You don't need green, green, red anymore. That's gone. We need green, green, green. We still not finding green, 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 which is really sad because that means I need to use... Is this a pure evasion? It's also not. I'm going to use these boots here, which is really bad. We don't need this anymore. So our movement speed boots are kind of gone now, which is a very sad situation. And we're going to use some kind of shield, which is cool. Also, by the way, where is it? There's Poisonous Concoction. Yay, there we go. So, Poisonous Concoction, Onslaught, don't need this anymore, don't need this anymore. And the last thing is our, where did it go? Volley, here. So we can level this now in our offhand as well. So that's a free link, Poisonous Concoction, Volley, Onslaught. Really cool. Other thing, we could still probably keep Frostblink. It's a bit up to you, I would say. I'm actually gonna try Frostblink and put Smoke Mine like as an extra thing. So we can do this essentially. And then here we gonna put this. A lot of key binding, to be fair. Really is. I'm gonna keep Q empty for now because I want to have Black Bearer later there. Okay, cool. That's essentially all we needed to do here, I believe. Let's go kill Merville. I forgot to get a how's it called? Some cold resistance. Let's get cold resistance. Life is fine and good, but I really want one cold resistance ring. Let's see if we have one. 3 scrolls of wisdom. Perfect, thank you. And now our Merville experience is gonna be way better. So, since we are Poisonous Concoction, right, we're gonna remember to upgrade our flasks, right? Always remember to upgrade your flasks. That's something you cannot forget with this spell. It's like worth buying them, I believe. It's like a really good idea. Like your life flask to this, by the way. More chance to bleed, nice. It's just a matter of going up here, by the way. Why is this guy so shiny? Nice. I mean, I see why people like the skill. It's just really strong, isn't it? Especially with volley and stuff. I don't know. Ooh, big mana flask. Also in terms of tree, we're getting really close to already getting like the nodes that give us mana and stuff. I really want a free link now. Come on. Somewhere not at our boot slot. The mana and life on hit nodes, they're really close here. Ooh. Instantly upgrades here. Perfect. Okay. These red dudes are really dangerous, by the way. They're like suicidal dudes. Oh, there we go. There's a lot of gold around the area where she is. Let's see how Marvel goes, actually. You cannot pre-stack anything at bosses. That's really sad. Slow her. Also make sure to actually wither the person. That would be really important. No? Use withering step. Ooh, I got slowed. No. It's irritating that this is in 2 different spots. Only. Overall, Merville is not a huge issue. Just be careful with being like chilled too much by her attacks. Just walk around and try to avoid this a bit. I mean, it's not the end of the world or anything. Also, like her screaming thing is really cool because she stands still. And I'm out of life flasks. No, we're going to die. Oh, actually, I can pick up everything here. And that's it. That was Act 1. We're gonna go to town and then we're gonna talk about Act 2 in town. Right? I consider everything still the previous act until we arrive in the next town, to be fair. I feel like it's easy to overlevel with the skill, so because it's just like every pack you see, you feel like, you need to throw your flask on it. That's kind of cool. So that concludes Act 1. Act 2 itself is super simple. We don't really do much. You made it through Act 1, so you did the complicated part of the entire guide with like swapping things around. We have our skills. We're just gonna add some things. So we will do the den for either second Quicksilver or getting a belt, right? We will help Alira, and we're gonna keep vendor checking, and we're gonna add Herald of Agony and Skitterbots to our skills, and that's pretty much it. That's all that we do. So first, sell stuff. Identify boots. See if we find better movement speed. We didn't. All of this other stuff doesn't matter. Maybe identify some more yellow things. So we can essentially sell all of this. So we don't need it. Sell the whetstone. Maybe also get rid of all of this stuff by now. And we have some more wisdom scrolls. Probably don't need these shards anymore. In terms of here. So I take this node first before rushing for the Claw Mastery. Because it gives you like, 15 life per enemy killed, which is really cool. It's like a tiny node that's really helpful in my opinion, especially considering how little life we actually have at this point. So now we're gonna rush for this Claw Mastery. First, Old Fields. And it didn't vendor check. God damn it. Make sure you vendor check for your triple green. Okay, the den is here. It's on one of the sides. That was really lucky, to be fair. Make sure you find it. It's on one of the sides. It's typically not that close to the road. Let's be honest here. So I said don't kill yellow monsters unless there's a ghost. Get in there, ghosty. Perfect. Okay. If it's ghosted, I feel like it's really worth it. The Jade Amulet, why not? Gives us some decks. Not really what we want. We need mainly int later on, so that's what I'm going to go for. Here's the exit. That's also why we in Act 3 will take the... Make sure you wither your enemies. If it's a big dude, right? Press your wither button and it takes so much more damage. Perfect. Pick up yellow stuff. Especially for alterations, right? You need a bunch of those. After the den, you just run towards the road and find the exit. It's at the end of the road, surprisingly. And you can talk to Einar if you want to. And bring him along.
Just need a moment to
Oop.
catch my breath.
Get the waypoint. And then, I always forget to do this. At the waypoint, go back to town and get your reward. Right? Either take a Quicksilver or take a leather belt. Right? With Peacock and probably wanting to have like 3 life flasks, maybe. I feel like getting the leather belt, even though Quicksilver is probably faster, but you do you. I'll sell these later. Gonna have boots and maybe these guys here. We have some cold resistance there, but we lose a blue socket. Let's drop Frostblink. Not so bad. Here's life and lightning resistance. Can sell all of this. We don't really need that. And then we are done. Just remember to vendor check, right? See what we can do. We need triple green. There's a triple green helmet. That's really cool because it frees up the boot slot. It's 2. Transmute, that's fine-ish. Anything better? No. Check for movement speed if you still don't have it. So we're gonna swap this out now. Get our boots in. So we have movement speed. See what we can do with these spells here. Probably want a better shield also over time. Can just get rid of all of this here. And we are good to go. So, crossroads. Always go up first. Where did my movement spell go? Oh god, okay. I moved it. No. Okay, let's put it back in as soon as we're a bit out of danger here. So we don't die to a beast. You don't want to do that. Get me to the next zone. Okay, let's fix this in a second. Alright, so this one here. I like putting detonate mines actually on left click. It's a bit weird to use, honestly. But yeah, fair enough. Okay. So the issue is if you now throw the mine, you teleport too early. So you kind of have to stop moving if you throw the mine. Right? Like, throw the mine and only keep moving whenever the mine has arrived. Oh, that was actually nothing. So that's a bit odd. You kind of throw and pause moving for a second. And then know I'm gonna do this badly. Most of the time. Like right there. Whoops. Okay. In this zone here, there's like a circle in the middle, right? And it has 4 entries. Find one of the entries to this actual circle here. And then you're gonna find the waypoint in the circle. And you move out on the side where the waypoint is. That's where your the level 2 is essentially. So in level 2, remember to do the lab trial in order to find the lab trial here. You go down from this waypoint and then there should be a way up. That's the most likely location. At some point it moves upwards and that's where the lab is. If that is not the case, right, then from the start it's like here-ish on the minimap, right? That's where it is if it's not here. No reason to kill beasts in my opinion, by the way. Also be careful with these blades. I think a really good reason to not play Peacock is honestly that you have to use goddamn smoke mine. There's another speed shrine. That's cool. So free blue. It's kind of a bit of the issue with the caster filter also, to be fair, that it just won't show triple greens. So maybe use a better filter, to be fair. I just can't level without tytykiller's filters anymore. Because of the things it tells me and the coloring and I don't know. Maybe use a ranged filter. Who knows? Maybe that one has multiple greens in it. Who knows? And yeah, you just walk around this guy. Remember to use Withering Step on him. And remember to pick this up. Then you can log out. So, we are back in town. We have another free link, and it's actually a shield. Socketed melee gems. Interesting, we don't have to, but it has fire and cold resistance, and it's definitely better than this one. We can leave this where it is. It's fine. Withering Step and Smoke Mine here. We have boots, maybe they are better. No, they are not. They don't have movement speed. I wanted to vendor, but no, since we're here. It's Herald of Agony that you want. And Skitterbots, right? So let's get Skitterbots in a second. That's not better, I said. And here we go. So vendor check first. I don't need anything, but you make sure to vendor check. Either triple green or movement speed. I have everything I need. Let's get Skitterbots as well. Let's put them here so we don't forget. Get rid of these tiny things here. And we are again good to go. We're moving into this Clown Mastery. These points, they don't do anything, right? This one does a tiny bit, right? 6 life, but it's just about the mastery. And trust me, the mastery is very, very worth it. So what I like to do first is kill the spider. Major order here doesn't really matter all too much. Why is this always going back if you put out your Smoke Mine for a second? Because I really dislike that, actually. I would like to have the ability to turn this off, that it goes back to this attack animation thing here. That's like a feature I really want. But fair enough. Let's make sure you kill stuff on the way. Take the waypoint, very, very important. And here we go, we are already 16. Right, that's really good because we can put in our auras. So, I don't have a blue socket. Good job. Okay, let's get a blue socket. New objective. New objective here. So I like to have these like on my control. So they're out of the way. But we can already turn on this guy. Don't need the skill point right now, it doesn't do anything. Get the waypoint here. So, road. On one side is the waypoint, on the opposite side is the Weaver. Best way to find it, I believe, is just walk towards the end and look for these spider webs, or just run into it straight, yeah. Okay, cool. If you don't see spider webs at the wall, then walk either down, mostly it's down from the waypoint, and until you see spider webs. If you see spider webs, then you're getting closer. Which probably also isn't too surprising once you've seen it and realized that spiders make webs. Okay, we're just gonna walk around here. I have no idea how the zone works, but what I typically do is I pick one direction and walk like in a circle, and then you find it at some point. So we have 2 nodes here, so this helps a tiny bit. 6 life per enemy hit with attacks, and we're hitting a bunch, you know? Like, really a bunch. I forgot to wither him. Nice, good job me. Let's kill the spiders. You can also, by the way, use Smoke Mine. If you do this, there's like a smoke cloud that makes stuff not hit you. So if you're scared of Weaver, it actually makes sense. You know, like Smoke Mine the dude. And yeah, for defensive reasons, essentially. Movement skills for defensive reasons. And here we go. Log out again. We killed Weaver. We have a better shield potentially. Let's see. Nothing really on there. Better leather belt. Nope. Identify this. We can't. Need more wisdom scrolls for sure. So again, check your vendor in case you need anything. Right. Still have need. Check your vendor. Movement speed, stuff like that. You can talk to Silk here and already get something. In our case, Deadly Elements we will use later for the actual build is cool. Faster attacks would be kind of nice, and faster casting doesn't do anything. Fast attacks would be nice with Peacock, I believe, but I don't think it beats Volley, and it does not beat Onslaught, in my opinion, so I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna get Deadly Ailments for later, and technically I can level it in my offhand, right? Because I will use it at some point with the Poison Seismic Trap thing. So, after the Spider Person, I like to do this dude up there. Actually, I forgot, I wanted to really check for a blue circuit, right? That was really important. So what do we have? We have this thing. It's Armor Energy Shield. So I'm safe to chrome this. Actually, it was a lot of blue circuits. God. Summon Skitterbots. Let's put this in here. Also put this in our control thing. And now we're ready to go. Almost forgot. So let's turn this on. Now we're a bit low on mana, aren't we? But that should be just fine, because in a level we should get a fixed turn mana problem really early, actually. That's like really nice. Yeah, this claw node is so close. For Helix, for example, you have to rush all the way over there, essentially, or you want to rush all the way over there. So that's really a benefit, to be fair. Also, not worrying about weapon upgrades is also a huge benefit. Bum, 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 bum. And Gretel. Oh, by the way, I forgot to talk about the zone. Yeah, you just follow the right-hand side, and at some point you hit this bridge, right? Right-hand side, just follow the thing. And you're good. Good to go. You can also follow the road. The road leads you there as well, but it's often quicker, or typically rather quick to just follow the right-hand side. Make sure to use your bitter thing and kill the dude. You're fine. We log out. So again, probably vendor time. Yeah, or join some PvP maybe. If you really want to. Oh, there's a unique item. Remember to identify unique items, so you actually get the chance out. Shouldn't this give me like an what? Like a yellow? Like what? That should give me alchemy chance, shouldn't it? I'm so confused. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. So next thing, riverways. We want to go here, and I like to go up and kill Oak next. It's always up from the waypoint somewhere at the water. In this case, I go a bit left and up and look for Oak. In this case, he was very close. If he's really far away, then the exit is typically at the bottom. It is like a tiny tip thing here, right? Make sure you wither him. And remember that this like shares cooldowns and stuff with like your movement skill. So that's a bit weird with Withering Step, to be fair. It's also one of these charged movement skills, so yeah. Can be a bit odd. And all of a sudden you can't use your movement skill and you might die. Just keep that a bit in mind whenever you use Withering Step. That's also why I stopped putting it on my left click, to be fair. After Oak, just go up, get the waypoint. You can, if you have inventory issues, already click this, because then the long stick goes away. That's kind of cool. From here, we go into the Western Forest. Again, so opposite side of waypoint is where the Weaver is, and on the same side of the waypoint, same side of the road, is where Alira is. You just find the edge of the zone, or you just find this way here. This is also convenient. But typically you set the edge of the zone a bit down. There's like a path here that also leads you to Alira. Talk to her. You're gonna help her. Remember to take this thing here. Really need that. And we are off on our way. I'm gonna have a bit an eye on how much Onslaught I still proc. Because if we don't, we can also just not have the gem in it. I procced it there. Or maybe it's not that bad, actually. Totally see myself removing it in Act 3. That not having onslaught anymore. It's probably not worth it anymore, because you're not gonna kill stuff with the hit. Yeah, follow the road to the end, find this dude here, remember to click this, and then you can log out. And now we're gonna do something a bit weird. Here in this case, there's nothing to take still. We could vendor a bit. See, like this has life, and it especially resists, so we're gonna replace the iron ring. And I want to vendor this stuff here. I'm running out of wisdom scrolls by now. I had so much luck early on, and now it's kind of gone. And now we have the claw mastery. Life and mana on hit is amazing. So the weird part is, go back to town, portal to Act 1, and then, without going to town, you're gonna go to the crossroads, and we're gonna do the lab thing, and when we log out, after the next lab trial, when we log out, we are already in Act 1, and we are in the middle of Act 1, and can hand in our quest, and you did the super speedrunny thing of saving probably 2 seconds. So it's totally worth it. Here, I just follow the road. There's also some trick and some shortcut sometimes to like find this earlier and quicker. But I don't know how, so I just follow the road. Make sure you kill stuff on the way, so to recharge your flasks. It's a rather important thing to do. And then you're gonna find these ruins here, go into the crypt. You don't want to go to level 2, right? Waypoint is not needed, but I don't know. Click on it. The only thing we're looking for here is the lab trial. Not some kind of quest, not some kind of level 2 area, right? Just find the lab trial. Honestly, no idea where it is, but it's right there, apparently. Oh, I need wisdom scrolls, I said earlier. So let's do this. Running low. Again, beasts. I don't really kill beasts. They seem like a waste of time. Maybe you disagree, maybe there's some fancy trick, but I don't. So here, walk up to the lever. The next lever, interesting. This one is a switch you don't have to press, but even this one here. It's not die. God damn it. You don't have to press, you just have to like walk in here. And you click the thing and you can immediately log out. Now we are in Act 1 again, right? So we're gonna be at Bastel, hand this in, perfect. And now we can go and kill the Val Omniact after I answered the doorbell. You know what helps? Speed leveling, not having friends and family that do surprise visits. That would be really good. I think I just said we're gonna kill the Weaver. We're not going to kill the Weaver. We kill the Val Omniact, right? So we're gonna go here. Keep vendor checking, by the way. Remember your vendor checking if you still need something, like movement speed or so. Turn on your auras. And now we have the mastery. Look at this. Like, look at our mana. Oh my god. With these overlapping hits, it's so dumb. Actually could have taken the second Quicksilver probably, right? I don't know. Do however you want. So, Val Ruins, that's like a inverse S, I believe. It's a really weird zone, to be fair. You might want to wither blue packs, especially big ones like these, like with really big monster types. Probably want to do that. So, let's see where the zone leads us. I have a feeling I found the Z. So we're gonna go straight now, straight up until we can't anymore, and then we need to go up. That's my suspicion. You see, we're already starting like an S thing, but this can go in like any direction. So it's like really confusing. The zone is super easy to read once you have revealed it. You will see it. But before that, it's a bit of a nightmare. So we're still going up, and we want to go back, right? Back down now, like do the S-y thing. So this feels like, okay, we can't go up anymore, so we're gonna go all the way down. If you look at the minimap, you can probably see it right now, what I mean. It's just hard to do from the get-go. At least for me it is. And there we go. So look at the zone, like it's an S. It's always an S. And from here, oops, we're gonna find the exit. It's the big room, typically, this long one here. And I think it always goes up. Yeah, maybe. So in this zone, you can also talk to Einhar. Let's talk to Einhar here, because there's quite some density here. So you can catch up in levels. You're probably already a bit over-leveled. If you get out of this Weaver thing at like Omnineck at 21, that's pretty cool. So maybe getting 20 in here is not so bad. Maybe if you're behind in levels, right, maybe make sure you get 20. It's probably a good general idea. We're still not killing yellow stuff. In case you find the Dread Thicket, don't go in. Don't get baited. Even though there's an Einhar, early Einhar trick to get like a... what's it called? 6-link item? A tabula. With like a recipe in case you on League Start are insanely lucky and find a very specific beast. The zone end should be top right, so I'm a bit confused right now. Maybe we need to go here. Oh, this is like a... is this a huge dead end? Oh, it might be. On this entire run, I got really lucky with a bunch of zones, but I also feel like I just encountered a few I've never seen before. And trust me, I've seen a lot of zones over time. That's interesting. Bit of the beauty of the game, right? Super low level essence. I have no use for that. Maybe you can throw it in a ring or something. I don't know. Don't seem worth it, to be fair. I'd rather use white items and just craft resist on it, right? Instead of using a super low essence that really doesn't help me. And then getting like really bad stats on it and completely filled suffixes and I can't craft on it. So yeah, don't do that. So here, yeah, it's just like bridges and then like bottom right, roughly, I would say, is typically the end. It's definitely got to be at the bottom. So zone boss dude. So we're already almost 21. Just gonna waddle to the end. Strongboxes you can click if you want, just don't click any unidentified ones because it's gonna freeze you and you're gonna die. Unless you're really good with the movement skill trick to not get frozen, but yeah, you can like click the box and pretty much at the same time flame dash or smoke mine thing away, and if you're quick enough then you get frozen away from the box, which is really funny. Bit risky, I would say. Bit risky. Oh, armor scraps, so many wisdoms. It's actually 2 only. Whetstones give 4, I believe. Which is way better. In here, I also have no idea. We're looking for the pyramid. It's somewhere. I really need wisdoms. I was so low on wisdoms earlier. Because I tend to get lazy with picking them up. Just not a good habit. Just puts you into weird spots. Is it up there? No, right? No. I'm gonna suspect to go significantly further down. Ah, there we go. So pyramid has a really cool trick, I find. Pyramids are squares, basically. Squares that get smaller and smaller. On the very first square, you see we are in one of the corners. We always start in a corner. On the very first one, the exit is in one of the corners, but you have no idea which one. Seems to be random, right? So if you have a look here, it's not on the right corner. Actually, the right corner is up there somewhere. So just search the 4 corners to get started. Okay, it's on the left. Does this connect? Oh, it does. Perfect. So from now on, it's the opposite corner. So now I know the exit is just straight up. So let's see if we can get there. I also really need better flasks, I feel like. We have not gotten any flask upgrades. Or I didn't pick them up. So make sure you upgrade your flasks. We still have really bad ones. It's like super important. So I'm, depending on how many wisdom scrolls I have, a bunch actually, I feel like I'm gonna buy 2 flasks now. Right, so we are at the apex. So what you do here is you click the dude, and then it's gonna take ages until he comes out. So what you can do in that time, you can portal back to town. I don't think the animation is actually still going, but it's a good point. So to do town stuff, in my opinion. So what do you have here? There's some life on it, but this has a bunch of resistance. So I'm not too happy with it. Probably not gonna use it, but I want to level this somewhere. Why not? Right, let's talk to the guy again. Gonna not buy something. You can vendor check as well. If you still need stuff, vendor check. And I'm gonna talk to Jena and see what kind of flasks she has. So these are the 640s, and I probably want 2 of those, right? Let's get those. And get rid of one of the mana flasks here. So I'm gonna keep 1 mana flask. Just in case. You can also go back so the animation keeps running. And then you can put in skill points, for example. We have 3 of them. Get these and get this one immediately, like the 50 life. That's really good. And next we're gonna either go accuracy or fatal toxins. Doesn't really matter, but I think accuracy is also really helpful. Because if you look at the offense, we actually have a 95% chance to hit right now. That's really good. Okay, we don't need accuracy at this moment. Just check your accuracy in between and see if you somehow need to get an upgrade there, right? Hit the dude, stack your poisons. Make sure you wither him in between. Waddle around, don't get killed by the stones. We're also out of flasks, perfect. Die. Oop. That was really close. Yeah, don't die. It's not helpful to die. Cool. So, once he dies, I recommend you log out. You log out first, right? Because then you can sell all the garbage that you picked up from him. That's really good for the next act. I'm gonna show you why in a second. Can identify some stuff here. We have some nothing here, some nothing. Quite a bit of life, but not really more than this. Oh, it's slightly better. Don't need any of this. Actually, we still have 3 life on this one. We could actually check on this thing. Nope, not really worth it. So next act, Act 3, we're actually gonna talk about here. That's why, because when we start Act 3, you basically don't get to town for quite a while, essentially. Yeah, whatever, you're gonna see in a second. So what we want to do in Act 3 is we want to get a 4-link. Super important, force 4 links, vendor checking, we really need a 4-link, which can either be 4 green or 3 green and a blue, something along those lines. So it's probably better to have 3 green and a blue. We want to get this pair, our curse, or actually temporal chains, depending what's actually better. I would go for the pair first, it's really good. Get Plague Bearer, to get really a shit ton of clear, it's gonna be really good. We're gonna pick up Grace as well, and we want to pick up a amulet, obviously from the quest, and probably it's gonna be a lapis amulet. That's what I would recommend, because you need int later, and yeah, it plays better with your int requirements, because you really don't get much int on the tree. So that's what we're gonna go for here. And in this case, Act 3, click on it. Here, City of Sarn. Make sure you vendor checked again, right? We can just walk up there. We're not gonna use Grace immediately, by the way, but we just want to pick it up. That's why I mentioned Grace. Here you just walk upwards. Level RV 21. And we want to kill this dude here. Ooh, life flasks. Wait for her to get up. Like, wait for her. It's already a 24 flask, which is probably already out of wisdom scrolls again. That's really sad, isn't it? So in this case, we're gonna go into here And the first thing we do is not go into the city, right? That's why we vendored before. That's why we did the vendoring. We want to move up here and go into here. In case you have a full inventory, you can also, like, you know, enter the city, log out, and it teleports you to the bottom, which is really important. In the slums, honestly, there is essentially no... I have no idea how it works, but pretty much straight is this thing, which we're gonna need in a second. And then I just pick a direction and walk in a big circle until I find the crematorium. That's my strategy for this zone. It's probably a better way to do it. But as said, layouts are insanely overrated. Wisdoms. Whoop. By the way, in terms of vendor checking for 4 links, we can talk about this in a second already. We need to be level 24. Before level 24, vendors will not show 4 links. Or essentially not for socketed items. That's the minimum for 4 sockets. And therefore, every 4 socketed item can also be 4 linked. Oh, that was actually the right direction. So, starting at 24, you can check the vendors and look for a 4 link. Before that, they will not have one. Not a thing. In the crematorium. So, 2 things. Lab and finding a big room with Piety where we fight her for the first time and need to get her to 50%. So, there's a clue on the big room actually. As soon as I see it, I will tell you. There's like a little line, a small line. It's a big ass room with a weird line. So, that's what we are looking for. So, it's not here. Oh, there's the lab trial, but this is definitely a dead end. Let's do this first. Okay, to get around this. This is really far around. Okay. Oh, by the way, there's the room. I already see it. Can you see it as well? The Piety room. It's on the map right now. I'm gonna show you in a second in more detail. I'm gonna talk about it after we did the lab trial. Let's do that one first. Okay, we made it around. So, if you don't have fire res, this really hurts. So, yeah, be a bit careful with the whole situation. But you can always throw your flask at enemies and recharge life like crazy. So, as long as there are skeletons, you're gonna be okay. So, don't log out. Go back. So, big question. Where is the big room? It's here. It's already, you know, this tiny thing here. And if you get closer, there's gonna be an extra line as well. That's how you find this room. In this whole mess of rooms. It's over time it gets really obvious, I find. Here we go. There's the line. And there's Piety. Always same thing. Oh, there's a greed essence. Get a crafting recipe. And make sure you clear off these like tiny things here, right? First, they curse you, I think, or I don't know. Piety yourself is not a problem, but these dudes, oh my god. Make use of your wither thing. Just hit her. Come on, die. And perfect. So, at 50%, she moves away. And then we're gonna pick up this thing, log out, and gonna go back to town. Back in town, we still don't have that much wisdom scrolls. Still sad times. Obviously, get your skill points in, talk to Clarissa. Don't forget about talking to Clarissa and getting the keys. Oh, there's a new one, new MTX. It's the blob thing. Also, don't go to the portal. You need to walk up. Walk up, obviously. All the way up here. And then we go back to the sewer crating. And we gonna collect 3 busts. Right? And then we're gonna find another lab trial. And then we can go back to town, essentially. So, sewer crating. Click it, go in. There's some tricks in here as well, because it's kind of a complicated zone, but over time, easy. So, first bust is always somewhere before the waypoint, or before the long way up the waypoint. So that's what we need to make sure. Let's go up here. Okay, there it is. We found it. I'll show you in a second what I mean. So, before this long stretch here, the first bust is somewhere there, before the waypoint. If you arrive at the waypoint and you don't have a bust yet, go back. So, second bust is always right after the waypoint. So in this case, we have a big room at the second bust. Okay? We can put this in actually. If you have a big room, then the next bus is to the left, towards the exit. If you have a tiny room, then it's to the right. Actually, no, it's the other way around. God damn it. I always forget that. No, big room is left. I hope big room is left. Oh, God. I need to write this down at some point. Great guide. God damn it. No, big room is left. Big room is left because it's way more common. Okay, tiny room is right. Let's see if I'm correct or if I'm wrong. I hope I'm not wrong. No, it's to the left. Oh god, okay. Big room, go to the left. Tiny room, go to the right. I have no idea why I can't remember that. That's like super helpful. Assuming you remember it correctly, right? Artisan box, really cool. I would do them. They give me, or they give you so much currency that you need. Actually, it was really bad. I wanted whetstones. I want an alch. God damn it. Did I not get any whetstones? No. Just useless currency. I need these. I don't need alchemies. God damn it. So, after this at the marketplace, you in general, you want to go... It's more of an up thing. Either it's here left and then up, or it's to the right and then up. I have a feeling it's left. Might be. Might be wrong. Let's see. Nope. Here it is. There's like this alleyway, you know, with these statues. That's the correct way. Can also be up there. So, take the waypoint and go straight into catacombs. In the catacombs, the only thing we want is the lab trial. It's the only reason we're here. No need for any quest stuff. I'm be careful that if you hit packs that they actually die. Because the worst thing you can do is hit a pack, like take the time to hit a pack and then not even killing it. That's like really bad. Just waddling around. I have no idea where it is here, if there's any rules to this. Ah, it's a yellow item. We can pick this up and identify. Are we on a good way here? Is this possibly? Oh no, this looks more like a boss area or something. I have a hunch I'm gonna go back here and look up there. I'm not here for any quest stuff. There it is. Missed it very closely. Okay, so in here there's like stuff slicing you all the time, and then you just need to get over here, and then you go back, pick up the recipe, because why not, there's a chrome if you want that, click the thing, and then you're gonna log out. Perfect. Okay, lab done. So again, check. Vendor checking. I'm 23 right now. I cannot have a 4 link. If you need anything else still, like movement speed or whatever, make sure you take it. And talk to Harlem. How's the name? Hargan. Hargan? Who knows? So, oh yeah, we are not 24. So, no need in doing this here. Another 2-stone ring. I like 2 stones way more than like straight up ones. So we can check actually our resists. Oh, we are doing good. Doing really nicely. Also, hit chance is still pretty high, so we don't need to go towards accuracy right now. That means I'm just gonna go towards toxins, and I'm gonna pick up the chance to poison on hit, fatal toxins. That's pretty good right there. So, marketplace. Go back to that waypoint. Bum, 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 bum. And we're gonna look. You'll run past it basically, and then somehow up-ish, and then there should be an exit. Having a good feeling here. But we're gonna continue. We're committed to the route now. Oh, there it is. Not even that bad. So, Battlefront. So we want to be 24 before docks. Right now we are pretty far away from 24. So we should get really close to 24. Because if we enter docks with less than 24 levels, or like on a lower level, you run into the issue that you get actually less XP. That should be the threshold for like getting significantly less XP, which is really dumb. So yeah, once you enter the zone, go a bit up and then left. So I went a bit over here to find the waypoint, and then also find this thing. If you're super worried about XP efficiency and stuff like that, okay, then in my case here, I'm not 24. I would not go docks actually. You should then go into towards Dilara first, right? Go into the temple thing up there first. I'm still gonna go here. It's gonna be fine. The first level is gonna be super inefficient to level here. It's okay. We're gonna be okay. If it's just one level, don't stress too much about it. We still not really want to kill yellow monsters here and here, I believe. It's like if they die anyway because we clear out bigger stuff. Like he's almost dead. That's like okay. But just because I cleared other things, look for density. It's not about full clearing, it's just about getting a lot of experience in, right? That's the goal here. And there's blue packs and yellow stuff at each end. Like each of these tiny things here has blue packs and stuff like that. There's another unique dude, you don't need to kill the unique dude. While you're clearing here, just talking about XP, like it must be nothing. What I want here is actually, I want to leave this at 26, right? I want to get enough XP here for level 26. That feels super worth it. So you don't need to kill that much stuff later on. Also make sure you finish off blue packs you started. And now we are 24. And if you look at the XP bar now in comparison, this should be way faster than from 23 to 24. That's this XP minimum thing I was talking about. So, that's the actual reason we're here. Well, that's why we need to be here. XP is just a bonus because the zone is super efficient. It's not necessary. I need wisdoms, I said. Okay, perfect. So I feel like I don't really have anything here anymore, so I'm gonna log out. And I didn't find the waypoint there, so I kinda have to go back to Battlefront. A bit of a mistake, to be fair. I actually thought I found the waypoint. That's why I logged out, because I didn't want to like waddle around in an empty area. That's fine. I'm just gonna go here. We control left click this whole thing, make a new area. And now we should have a fresh area to play in. Right. So there's an essence here. That one's actually a better one. So I'm inclined to take it. So maybe I can upgrade one of my rings. Actually, with a greed, the ring is, I think it's pretty bad. That's fine. Maybe a 4-link we find later we need to use anyway. Let's see. It just gives me life. And we can check later if it's worth it using it. So whetstone, it's very helpful. Perfect. Just waddle around the zone. Maybe if we find the waypoint, then resetting is easier. We're still 24. I forgot to vendor check actually at the logout, which is a mistake. That's fine. So we are one level up. I hope to find the waypoint, because then we can also use these level ups to actually vendor check, because vendor inventory refreshes, which each time you level up. So that's kind of helpful to know, right? So if you really wanted to like force a 4-link here, which you probably should, I should have vendor checked when I went back first time. I should vendor check before I level up to 26. There's Mr. Fairgraves, and I believe that's also where the waypoint is. Isn't it? Isn't that the waypoint location? Maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm right. So now we have the waypoint, and I'm actually gonna vendor check, right? Because I'm about to level up again, and I want to make sure we get 4 links. So let's look at this. What do we have here? Armor, energy shield, wrong colors. We cannot recolor this. There's no way. Any other 4 links? No. That's fine. We do have a new flasks, which is also really interesting. Very, very, very helpful. A new mana flask as well. Again, docks, control, click, reset the zone. Let's get rid of these flasks here. In this case, we should probably put this in, because it just gives us straight up damage, which is a good thing. And just gonna go to 26 here, and then we're gonna leave the zone. Found a chance there. Just to 26. Oh, don't do this. I'm so lucky this was not a freeze thing, to be fair here. We're almost 26. So after 26 you can actually log out, and I'll see you in a second while I go and walk the dog person, because he's unhappy and needs to pee. Grumpy old dogs hate the rain. So that was a short trip. Put this in. So, vendor checking. We already did vendor check. Did we already vendor check? I don't know. Let's check.
What's going on?
That's the issue. If you take breaks on these, I'm confused myself. But I only have time for one-shotting. I also forgot to pick up my curse. So, in terms of curse stuff, we want despair. Where's despair? Can't find it. We not get despair? Am I crazy? Oh, there it is. Perfect. That should also already give us grace, doesn't it? Or is that later? Let's check. Yes, there's grace. Okay, cool. Grace is just like an offhand situation. We don't have space for it again. It's fine. We put it somewhere to level it, and we use despair as our curse of choice. I think the portal chains, obviously, also an opportunity you can go for. We already have enough of these, so we can just sell stuff. And with that, we are okay. What does greed give us? Life on armor, but jewelry is just life per second. So we can just armor. Maybe we use it on our 4 link. And we find one. We go back to the battlefront, which has reset now the zone. This is fine, as we went away for a minute. Let's get rid of this. And now we're gonna go top right in order to find essence if you feel like you need it. And we're gonna find, I forgot how the zone is called, temple or something like that? I don't know, the piety zone. Solaris temple. It was a temple, not so bad. So here, follow the red carpet is basically the idea. It's a bit weird on intersections, but overall follow the carpet. Follow the carpet all the time. Whoop. And doing good on levels, because we did our level up thing. Good job on following the carpet. Apparently it's up here. So here's the waypoint. Don't need, but I feel like picking them up. In this case again, I'm gonna follow the carpet. Failed, so I'm gonna follow this carpet. Also failed. And then this carpet. Maybe it doesn't work out all that well. Don't need to kill zone bosses. Roop. And then we should at some point arrive at level 2. Then we're gonna find Dilara. I think in level 2 there's technically a skip somewhere, sometimes. I think rarely there can be, like at this corner, and if you have smoke mine, you can like jump over it. Something like this. Okay, in this case there is no carpet, there's water. Then it's like a corner PC thing and you just like walk over the water. If there's water, that is. Pretty sure we just need to go around this area here. Not too sure here. Feels like an up. Let's get the shrine thing. Get the waypoint. Jump up. So in terms of amulet, I think Lapis is the way to go, to be fair. Especially for later on. We can see, do we need this right now? We don't. Actually not too bad with +6. Gives us some decks also actually interesting, but +6 all res is not too bad. Pick up that stuff, go back to the waypoint. In this case we did not level up, so I don't need to go vendor check, but you could. If you don't need to go straight to the sewers. I think there's a skip here as well, isn't there? Damn it. I think there's a way, maybe just on the up. I think here with Smoke Mine you can. Oh yeah, look at this. Probably save a second there. On your way, if you come, like first time we came here, I forgot to mention it. Not sure if it actually somehow works the other way around as well. I don't think it does because it's down and you see less. So, up here, take this. And now we're gonna kill the fire dude. No. Probably one of the hardest bosses in the entire game. He has fire damage and I have some fire resistance, so I'm not too scared actually. You can also use your curse by now, just like really helpful. And here it is. Same thing again, kill the minions. Kill the minions, make sure they go away so they don't curse you. Because I think it's only them cursing you. Make sure you use your Withering Stab. And dodge his crazy falling meteor things. And then he's dead. So yeah, without fire resistance and on weaker builds or something like that, then yeah, you can really struggle with him. After that, just go up. Find Lunaris Temple. That's where Piety is actually. I think I said earlier that Piety is in the other temple. But yeah, not the case. So again, follow the carpet. Actually a bit better here, I feel like in this zone, because there's less carpets to follow than the other temple. Go up, go up, go up. If you come to these sections, right, it's always the corner in the middle of the chairs and the way of the carpet. Can be left or right, but it's not straight in these like chair bench-like dudes. There's the zone boss, don't get grabbed. Just walk past him. Ooh, carpets in two directions. Hello. Confused. Oh, maybe it's actually was the right one. I lost track on where to go. In case we don't know where to go, just run in circles until we find it. Is that a flask thing? Giant life flask. So I have them already. I think I have 2 of them already, right? Maybe somebody in the comments can tell me what's like the most efficient way of using flasks with Poisonous Concoction is, and if you want to like roll them or something. Not very experienced in that, to be fair. But I bet there's a better way to do it. Oh, here again. You walk in a circle until you find stairs that lead up, right? So always like press the outside and then, oh, there's stairs. And then again, you pick one direction. And you want to stick with it. Okay, let's pick this outer wall, like the right-hand outer wall. Run around. Actually, left-hand outer wall probably, there it is. Can go up. Skills. Again, pick a direction. Hope it leads upwards at some point. It does, and here we have cards. One side has 2 cards, it's the wrong side. The other, this one has only 1 card here. Okay, this one doesn't count. Pick the side with only 1 card. And move directly straight until you find a door, right? Just straight from here. Find the door, find the door. Here's the door. So from this door, keep running straight from the door again. Right? Don't like go anywhere else. Like straight from the one gate to the next gate. That's how you find the gate easier. And there it is. So it's not like in here, it's not in there, it's always straight from the last gate. What is it, like a free link gloves? Might actually not be that bad. Again, door, just straight. So, what I like to do here, somewhere around here, I'd place a safety portal, because up here, sometimes there's like a crazy amount of monsters and you randomly die and then you have to walk all the way again, and we don't want that. So, in this case, since we cannot pre-stack anything, because we decided to throw a flask around, we're gonna walk around, pick up the recipe already, and then we make sure we wither her, we keep our curse active, right? Curse again. If she goes into berserk mode, just run around her, the thing. The only real dangerous thing is the ice one, right? If she turns into like a bow person, maybe she does that. No, we have this one again. No, run in circles. And then she should die. Pick up the tower key, please. Don't make the mistake of forgetting that. Log out. Grab the recipe. If you have not grabbed the recipe yet, do that. So, in this case, we have some wisdom things. So this is kind of cool. Has nothing useful, to be fair. And everything else is also kind of bad. So, yeah, let's identify some more stuff. So, can pretty much sell all of this. This is bad. What do we have here? We have basically just cold resistance, but we have some blue sockets. So, it's okay-ish. Don't feel like changing it right now, but yeah, I'll put this here. So we have another free link if we need it. Let's talk to this person here. So what do we get here? We get Seismic Trap for later. Very important. And we're gonna go here and look for Plague Bearer. Actually, I think you could get this earlier, couldn't you? Doesn't really matter. You don't need to link this to anything. You can do like increased area of effect, but damage scaling is not possible as far as I know with the spell. So yeah, if you can already level this at some point, pick up Plague Bearer earlier if you can. Failed there. Also make sure you get your 4-link. No, vendor checking. This is not a 4-link. Vendor checking. Here's one, but it's armor energy shield again. Really not that helpful. We need triple green and the blue. So I don't see anything. So still no 4-link. Very sad times. To be fair, I like the increased poison duration here. Actually quite a lot. We can also we can also go ahead and check our offense again. Like we have 100% hit chance, so we don't need anything like that. Meaning we can next move down here, essentially. Move into this area for wasting. We can get live here. Other stuff there. So that's basically the direction we want to go in. So from there, Ebony Barracks. Just check I didn't make a mistake there. Sorry about that. Yes, absolutely fine. Cool. From the waypoint, you move top right, and that should lead you into some kind of garden thing, right? Imperial Gardens. That's cool. So we have two things here. Find the waypoint and then find the lab trial. That's two things we want to do. Whoop. Be careful with these guys. I mean, you get so much life on hit anyway. Just follow the road, by the way. I'm just following the road. Nothing crazy here. As soon as you find the waypoint, push somehow up into the wilderness, right? Somehow really straight up top. Whatever way leads you there. And the reason is that's where the lab trial is. It's just like up into nothingness, and then at some point it appears. Go in there, there's a recipe. It's just up here. Boop. Take this one. Perfect. I like to just log out here, so I don't have to walk back, right? Now you have a bit of a decision to make, essentially. And that is if you want to do the lab trial right now or later. And not the lab trial, the goddamn... I mean, both of them. Actually, you can go do the labyrinth right now. That's like the earliest possible point. I recommend later in Act 4. The other thing is if you want to do library, right? I hate library. I'm never going to do library. In this case, why would be Unbound Ailments? It's like really good, but you would need to do library, so I'm not gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for Act 6 to get it, and I don't even mind. That's perfectly fine. Right, feel free to do it. You're probably gonna have an easier time on your 4-link. I'm just gonna get a 4 green or something like that. Right, so at the waypoint, one way is more to the right than any other way, essentially, from the waypoint. It's like a triple intersection here. And you take the most right one. And that's the one that leads you to the tower. I think that explanation is really dumb. I need to draw this at some point, so I can link the thing, like how does the waypoint work there. It's to the right, find it, and you end up in the Scepter of God. The Scepter of God is similar to a pyramid, it's just a tower. So it has corners as well, or corner-like things. No, it's somewhat round. And yeah, like here, down here, see this round bit, this is one of the corners. And in one of the corners, then exit is always in the corner. So we just walk like an inner circle. So I know it's not here to the right. I'm already way too close. And it's on the left one. Or on the upper one, basically. See again, this is again on the minimap, this is some kind of corner of a round thing. If that makes any sense. So we are in the right corner, so we're gonna go a bit left, check this one here. Not here. Or unlikely to be here. Ooh, we're dying. How I'm out of mana. What happened? Ugh! Some kind of scary monster here that for some reason almost killed me. There it is. It's apparently in the bottom one. See again, it's in a corner. So, we're gonna repeat this a few times. You can bring Einha if you want to. You don't need this waypoint, but obviously you can check. We are 27. Have we vendor checked at 27? I don't know. Let's do this right now, actually. I don't think we have vendor checked at 27. Might be wrong. Just make sure you check often. Oh, we have. It's the same item. I'd rather check too often than too little. Because it's really painful to not have a 4-link. And honestly, pretty much the only reason, in my experience, if you don't get a 4-link by like end of Act 4 or something like that, is just not consistently vendor checking. There's almost no way you don't get a 4-link. It's a blue helmet. Don't really want that. Too many blue sockets. I kind of want like evasion pieces. Evasion armor is cool pieces, defense-wise. Evasion energy shield is really good for sockets. So a 4-link we get is either full evasion, because it's likely to have 4 green sockets, so we can use that, or a evasion energy shield thing, because we can also recolor that. It's like that's possible to recolor if it has the right mixture of attributes. Attribute requirements, basically. Yeah, still, tower is getting smaller towards the top, so the areas get smaller, but we still do the same thing, right? We still look at the corners. It also gets really broken up, so there's less connecting paths here. Here's the next exit thing. We are 27 already. And if we end up with like 28, I'm pretty happy. There's a free link only. Also very red. Nope. Could have seen that a bit earlier. Probably. Gonna go for Dominus. For Dominus it's kind of important to have some lightning resistance. We can check if we have it. We have 46. Could be better. It's no problem placing a portal, if you remember at the boss, like, maybe I should have checked. It's fine, just place a portal, go back and craft some lightning resistance. We're gonna do this in Act 4. We're gonna do our little crafty session. But if you're really in a bad spot, just fix it. I also forgot to use Plague Bearer. God damn it. You have to turn it on so it like collects collect souls. Here these guys are significantly more dangerous, I find, compared to Dominus. Ooh, almost, oh, died. No! Okay, turn out Black Plague Bearer as well. Make sure you use your Wither and your Curse. Right. Okay, skill is full again, so we're gonna use it and deal some more damage. Right. Where's the last person? Where's she? Is she all the way up there? Oh yeah. Wither this stuff. Wither again. Make sure you use the Curse. Turn on Plague Bearer. Perfect. We can collect some stuff here. So, are we done? Oh, there's... God damn it. We're not. Okay. We do have Plague Bearer again, but I kind of want to save it for actual Dominus. Finally, it's dead. Okay, here's Dominus. Curse him, Wither him, turn on Plague Bearer, run a bit in circles. Don't get hit by this. It's like a really long animation, so it's not that bad to dodge. Ooh. It's a bit harder with the movement skills, to be fair. I should not say something is easy and then fail it, right? Let's not do that. Okay, after he dies, he like kind of moves here. Oh, what do we have here? It's a pure armor piece. Just can't use it, right? It's a 4-link. Just not getting the correct ones. So, this guy appears. Should be super easy because of our life gain on hit, so we should not die from this bleed stuff. This is unlikely, so we can probably just out-heal it. Sure, you have curses on him, use Withering Stab, just run in circles so he doesn't hit you as much, you know, with his melee attack thing. Sure, the curse is still on. So now we're in this bleeding phase, right? And it's actually pretty good with the life gain on hit. It's like really, really helpful. So Act 4 Talkybot again in Act 4. We are technically already in Act 4. This is the first Aqueduct. But it doesn't count, right? Does not count. So now we also have Plague Bearer. I kind of forgot to use it. It's really helpful for like clear situations. So now it's like charged, and if you turn it on and then run, let's check a pack here, right? Like, that's actually quite useful. Doesn't deal so much damage yet, actually, to be fair. Okay, needs some more levels. But you charge it quickly, don't you? Like with the skill, with all the flasks you're hitting, that's like huge. Boom. Chaos Orb. It's already charged again, so you can walk here, maybe not on these tiny ones. And then you can just activate it, right? And have a huge amount of extra DPS. Very useful for clear. So in terms of level, we are 28 already. If you're not or is somewhat under leveled, then in the next zone, make sure, right, you are here already. But then use the next zone to really gain some levels. Get at least 28 and 29. So this is an instant recovery one, right? I feel like something is taking off my mana. Oh god, remove something from mana when used. This is so confusing. Holy. I was... Okay, let's reroll this. Go away. I had that a few times now, that I just pressed a life flask and then all my mana was gone and I was really confused about it. There are some flask mods that are not beneficial, I feel like. They really fuck you over. Oh man. Okay, so we go further down here and we arrived in our lovely Act 4 where we can do the vendor things, right? It's like the first thing we do. Maybe this one is good. Some life and cold rest, that's actually interesting. Belt, I might be interested. Really need a new armor. We have a bunch of life here as well, which is really helpful. New shield maybe. Some life, some resist. We're getting closer. We are getting closer. So I'm gonna keep some of that stuff actually around. That's not really what I want. So we might be able to use it in a bit, right? I'm just gonna put these things in here so we can soon make use of it. Same thing again, I'm gonna stress this. Do your vendor checks, right? I'm about to level up, so I can check now and next time when I level up again. So, didn't find a falling. What do? We even go back to Act 3 and vendor check there. That's like the most important thing. Get a falling. Not here. Not there. Not here. Okay, fine, no frolicking. So we just go back to Act 4 and start doing stuff there. Which is also where we gonna end the leveling. Or at least this video, essentially. Obviously, you're gonna level further, but nothing's gonna happen anymore. You already saw the meat. The things we're gonna do now are essentially force a falling. Keep vendor checking every level in 2 acts. Make sure you get a falling. If you get a 3 green, a blue, consider doing library, right? To get unbound elements. If you get a 4 green, then just put other gems in there also in the POB, like alternatives. Keep onslaught, lesser multiple projectiles is a thing. So you can do things like that. Get a falling. That's the last change to skill gems. There's nothing gonna change anymore until Act 10. Just continue with the written guide. There's some minor tips for each act in there. Your first labyrinth, I recommend you, obviously you do the lake first and then you move up into the mine stuff. Make sure you get your lab stuff, all the trials. And once you arrive at Crystal Veins, that's the earliest point where I would actually do lab, right? Condition for me there is I have like 800 life, maybe 900, something like that. 800 I'm comfy with doing lab, and I need to have a falling. If these 2 conditions are met, I'm gonna do lab, right? Earliest by arriving at Crystal Veins. If you don't have a falling yet, you don't have enough life yet, fine. Do the Reso and the Fire Dude, you know, these 2 side areas, the big ones, to do them first. After you completed them, maybe you have enough life. Here, maybe you have a falling. Keep vendor checking. And then do your first labyrinth. You're gonna become a saboteur, obviously, and you're gonna take the blind nodes first, but everything about that is in the POB. There's an entire leveling section. You should have no issues with that. And I hope you have an amazing League start, and I hope this was useful. See you around. Bye.